What's up, guys? This is Tuckscutzz. I know it's been long since I posted a haircut tutorial, but it's mainly because of all of this what's going on in the world right now. I don't really need to say it, but so I'm back with another taper tutorial, and right now we're just cutting down the top. We want a number 1.5 at the top, and when we're cutting with the 1.5, we want to make sure we're cutting with the grain all around the head, because we don't want to be leaving any patches, any light spots anywhere around the head. So my client wanted a skin taper, so we're gonna take our Slimline Pros and we're gonna skin it right below the top of the ear. Now we're gonna take my cordless seniors and we're gonna go all the way open, just about a 1/4 inch up, right above the skin. We're gonna put on our half guard and go right above where we put the seniors all the way open. The half guard is all the way closed right now. And from the half guard, we are going to go straight into the number 1. This is all the way closed. And then I'll open it up halfway. And then I'll open it up all the way, going up little by little. The whole head, the rest of the head is a 1.5. So me working with a 1.5, well, working with a 1 all the way open, it's gonna help blend into the rest of the haircut. And notice I'm trying to keep the peak of the C cup dark, because when we edge up, you want your edge up to complete the whole haircut. It's gonna just look like it's just completed the haircut. So you want to keep it dark, and I wouldn't go lower than a 1.5, maybe a 1 all the way open. I wouldn't go lower than that. Now we got our 1.5 guard on, going against the grain. This is all the way closed. Us going against the grain with the 1.5, even if we have to open it up a little bit, it's gonna blend in perfectly into the haircut, since the haircut is already a 1.5 with the grain. So this actually completes the bulk of the haircut. So we're gonna come back with no guard, all the way closed, and we're gonna work our way back to all the way open. So you go halfway open, then all the way open, just detailing this spot out. We're gonna make this spot really light, but it will blend into the rest of the haircut, making the contrast of this haircut really nice. And we're gonna come in with our Andes shavers. This is gonna really skin it out. This is what really makes the haircut pop. Remember though, come back and detail your work if you need to. If you see something real quick you can hit out, just hit it out real quick. Once I get this detailed out, we're gonna go straight into edging up. There we go. I started my first line, my first guideline. And you really want to get this practice on finding your barber's eye when you start seeing where exactly the curve needs to go. So sometimes you could find a certain type of lighting, a certain type of shadow that'll help you out, filling out the person's head of where that C cup needs to be angled at. And light taps when you're hitting these sides, make sure it's just a light tap. You shouldn't have to go crazy into their hair to where it push it back. And when I'm starting this edge up on the side, I started from where the hair starts to recede at, because that's going to be your darkest point where you won't push the person back. So we're going right where the hair is receding at. It's like right there, and you can see how crispy it comes out. When I'm coming up around the ears, I am using the corner of my clippers, and I'm just swaying my wrist with the corner of the clippers. This really gives it a nice flowing circle around the ear. And this takes practice. I used to not be able to just flick my wrist and make it come out crispy like this. It took some time to get used to get good at. So don't get discouraged if it takes you a while to get this this sharp or somewhat close to this. Or I mean, if you already are getting this sharp, then good. But it does take some time to get used to. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, the exact same steps, but here I'm gonna do it a little bit in a different order. I'm gonna come in with my number 1 after the skin, and I'm doing the exact same steps from there. I like to mix it up a little bit, try different ways of fading. It gets you better, it gets you faster, and your work gets cleaner once you try new things. And like I said, I use the corner of my clippers, my trimmers when I'm edging up, and I like to just sway my fingers and my wrist together. Like I said, this does take practice. I didn't just get this overnight or in a couple days. I've been cutting since I was 13 years old, and I can't even tell you when I first started getting comfortable doing this. So, but just keep practicing, take your time, and just get to know your clippers and the feeling of hair, how it's cutting. Remember to start this edge up on the side where the hair starts receding at, or if you want to say that the hair is overlapping where the actual edge up should be. And you'll find your darkest point. Like I said, it'll look crispy, it'll look nice. And this is the hair that's basically just overlapping where it should be edged up. Like I said, use the corner of your clippers. Use the corner of your trimmers while you're doing this. You'll get the nicest circle around the ear. It'll look great too, and it'll look way more detailed than just tapping. Because I used to just tap until I made a circle, but noticing that it's just swaying my wrist and hand and just trying to stay low with it, got my work way better than what it used to be. So we're skinning out the back with our Slimline Pros, and we're keeping the sides dark, so when we edge up, the way the haircut is shaped, that it looks like it's all flowing together. We're gonna skin it out, and then we're gonna skin it out with our Andis shavers to give it that nice contrast when we blend everything together. And then we're gonna come in with our number 1 about 1 inch up. This is all the way closed, and then we're gonna do halfway open. And then we're gonna go all the way open. And remember, the hair at the top is a 1.5, so going number 1 all the way open, or 1.5 guard against the grain is gonna blend all the bulk in together. Now we got the 1.5 guard knocking out the rest of that bulk. This is against the grain. I'll also be cutting on the heel of my clippers, really trying to blend things in without having to do too much work. That's a little bit part of detailing also. Now we're going to take our half guard and go all the way closed. And then we're going to go halfway open to knock out that next level, the next line. And then we're going to do all the way open to the very top where the 1 ends, where we stopped with the number 1. And this blends literally everything in. And this is basically creating a base to be able to come in and knock that skin line out. So once all this is blended in, we're gonna come in and knock that skin line right out. And we're coming in with my seniors all the way open. And we're really blending this in. The skin line's about to be blended in real nice. And then we're gonna go halfway open. And then we're gonna go all the way closed. You can see this skin line just blurring out right away. You know I'm gonna come back and detail it up. Make sure the contrast is coming out real nice. And I'm gonna come in with my Andis shavers to really detail it real nice here. Now we're razoring up the sides, and you're pulling the skin with your thumb. So when you're razoring up, you got a nice tight skin, and it's not loose, moving everywhere. And I'm using mostly the corner of my razor. Someone asked me like, how do you razor up? Like, what are the ways you hold the razor? I actually put the handle through between my right pinky finger and my right ring finger. That's where I put the handle. And when I'm edging up with the razor, I am using the corner of the razors. It helps me, you know, just detailing with the corners of your clippers, your trimmers, your razors, the corners. This is precise cutting. That's basically what it is. It's very accurate cutting. When we get down here by the neck, make sure you're being careful and paying attention to where you're putting the razor. This is the most sensitive part of edging up on the skin is the neck and around the ears. Just want to make sure you're being careful. This technique, the way I'm holding the razor right now is kind of this was really self-taught. No one taught me this way. It's just that when there's angles to people's heads and there's different bone structure, you know, you got to figure out a way to hold the razor where it won't cut the person.
I got some shit that I gotta just get on my chest.
When we're doing the hairline, we're gonna start from the middle, and this is gonna work. We're gonna work our way to the corners. The middle is gonna be like our guideline. Now there's like two little gaps in the middle of his hairline. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring down this hair, some with a number 1, a little bit open, about halfway open, and it's gonna keep it dark still. He has a 1.5 on the top of his hair. It's still gonna keep it dark. But this is gonna really clean things up when we do start edging up, because we gotta bring this hair down. And what I'm doing, I'm just basically testing the hair. I'm tapping the hair little by little. I'm not going too crazy into the hairline. And my starting point will be the start of a receding hair or overlapping hair. That will be my starting point. And make sure your corners are sharp. They don't have to be too sharp, but make sure it looks pretty nice. And here I am razoring up the hairline. I'm stretching the skin, and I am dry shaving. I'm not using any shave gel. And you can see the edge up on the side and the front came out real crispy. The haircut came out real nice. I hope you guys like this tutorial, this taper. My client really liked it. Like this was actually his this was actually his first time coming to me. And you know what, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a tutorial on him. I looked at his hair and I just knew that his hair was gonna be perfect for the tutorial. So I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys like. We're gonna show the completed haircut coming up here real soon.